There's no way.
He better not, dude. His team. That's up to his coaches, to be honest with you.
The odds are fucking great against that right now. Same thing with Tony Ferguson. I didn't break Tony Ferguson's confidence.
I've only bled my own blood once, so I've not been in that situation. He's got banged up bad over the course, which caused him to quit. It's going to be a dark place that he's in right now. He's going to have to dig deep. Can he do it?
Try for a rematch?
No, he doesn't get a rematch. He can try, but he doesn't get one.
Wow.
He quit on the stool. He quit twice. I stopped him twice.
Joe Rogan is calling it the wildest, most violent thing he has ever witnessed in over 20 years of calling combat sports. On a special post-fight edition of the Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan sat down with newly crowned undisputed champion Justin Gaethje to unpack the historic carnage at UFC Freedom 250. But what left Rogan completely stunned was a dark psychological warning from Gaethje. Looking Rogan straight in the eye, Gaethje dropped a nuclear bomb. That Ilia Topuria is now on track to end up exactly like Tony Ferguson.
I said so many true things to him. I told him that he's going to go to the second round, go to the third round. You're going to be fucked because you're not going to be able to pull yourself out of this. You know, with the way that you're thinking, there's no possible way you can have these expectations, face adversity, and then come out in a positive way. There's no way it can happen. You could dig deep and you could be even more of a narcissist and it might work, but you're going to walk yourself into a situation that is going to fucking be detrimental to you. And this is detrimental to his psyche. And this is 90% mental. Well, and so again, I want to see him good.
We'll see how he adjusts to the loss, but
we'll see how honest he will be with him.
Rogan's jaw hit the floor as Gaethje explained that he didn't just take Topuria's belt, he systematically broke his identity and altered his career trajectory forever. As the podcast went deeper, Rogan didn't hold back on the brutal manner in which the fight ended. Rogan pressed Gaethje on whether Topuria deserves an immediate rematch in Spain, but Gaethje completely laughed it off on the mic, telling Rogan bluntly, "He quit on the stool. I stopped him twice in one night." Rogan analyzed the psychological collapse, pointing out how Topuria's ultimate narcissism and massive pre-fight arrogance blinded him.
However, same thing with Tony Ferguson. I didn't break Tony Ferguson's confidence. I changed the perception of his opponents of him. And that is a huge factor when you go in there. Like, who are you fighting? What do you figure? You know, before this, he was a guy that you couldn't get through, that you couldn't push through, you couldn't survive with. And once I showed people that all you gotta do is get through that, then nobody's ever gonna go in there with thinking that he's unbeatable now. That was his identity.
Rogan and Gaethje agreed that Topuria had plenty of experience being the absolute hammer inside the octagon, but the exact second he became the nail, his mental fortitude completely vanished under a wave of pure violence. The most fascinating moment of the episode came when Trevor Wittman and Gaethje pulled back the curtain on the technical blueprint used to flatten the pound-for-pound king, and it absolutely blew Joe Rogan's mind.
Look at that right hand that dropped Ilia, the first one. Like, we're taught, once your jab is out, the faster you pull that jab back home, the harder and faster your right hand is going to be. But Gaethje went jab, one beat in between, and then the two. That's something that's kind of notorious for, like, Justin Gaethje. It's a very odd thing. He fights at a very weird tempo. Even just one little beat off makes a big difference because everyone's used to parrying the jab, covering for the two, or parrying the jab, slipping the two. But if someone throws the jab and you parry it, or you eat it, and then there's one beat in between, you don't expect that there's a two coming down the pipe.
Gaethje revealed to Rogan that his camp deliberately hid all sparring and mitt work from social media during fight week to manipulate Topuria's team. Inside the cage, Gaethje executed a highly unnatural, offbeat striking tempo.
You don't expect that there's a two coming down the pipe, and that's just something that Gaethje's always. And I don't even know that that's anything he's ever been. Lack of respect, an overbelief in his power, but he had this weird kind of stance that he's never really had before, where his hands were really high, right hand tucked really, really close, and every time Gaethje would throw, he would like hinge backwards at his waist, almost like his head was out past his heels, and he's never done that before.
I'm doing 20, 30, 40-second sprints at most. I mean, that was a 2-minute sprint for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything full power, every punch full power.
You can't even train for that.
You can't. You got to have spots.
Right. And he didn't. He was just unloading because he's a 2-division world champion and he thinks he's going to go down as the greatest of all time.
Rogan watched in awe as they broke down the footage. Instead of a traditional sequential 1-2 punch, Gaethje threw a jab, paused for a weird hidden half beat, and then fired his right hand. Topuria, completely mistiming the defense, leaned out past his heels and walked straight into a human warhammer. Rogan, by the comparison, asked Gaethje to explain the terrifying psychology of the Tony Ferguson effect. Gaethje told Rogan that when he took Tony's soul at UFC 249, his goal wasn't just to win, it was to completely alter how the entire world perceived his opponent. Before that night, Tony Ferguson was an unkillable, terrifying boogeyman that fighters feared. Once Gaethje showed the entire roster that Tony could be broken and stopped, the fear vanished permanently. Gaethje warned Rogan that Topuria's entire aura was built on being an invincible, untouchable god. Now that the blueprint is out, future opponents will walk into the cage completely unafraid of him, dragging Topuria into an incredibly dark psychological landscape. To close out the explosive breakdown, Rogan pulled back the curtain on the staggering, leaked backstage numbers from the historic event. Rogan revealed to a stunned audience that between the live broadcast and immediate global replays, an estimated 150 million people watched Gaethje's masterclass. But the physical toll on the new champion is immense. Gaethje confessed to Rogan that he has been fighting through a severe bone edema, a brutal deep bone bleed in his fibula, since Christmas Day, forcing him to sit out the rest of 2026. With Islam Makhachev moving up to 170, Rogan and Gaethje officially named Arman Tsarukyan, who won $57,000 betting on Gaethje, as the definitive next challenger for the throne. Do you agree with Joe Rogan and Justin Gaethje? Is Ilia Topuria truly destined to suffer the tragic downfall of Tony Ferguson, or will he prove the doubters wrong?
Walking forward with their hands down on the opening bell, you're going to get walloped. He's a bit flat-footed. He has his areas. He's not fully complete. He's not a full complete fighter, but he's good, and he can make inroads. His face will have to heal for sure. His face, I'd say, is smashed up.
It's just
and
the
also,
expectations. He never
yes.
thought he would have to be here.
If he takes the right lessons, that's going to be a super inspirational thing to overcome. It's going to be hard, but I sure hope we get to witness that.
I wonder if he's going to stay at 155. Like you're considerably bigger than him. When you guys were standing next to each other, I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
there's
could see
a big difference.
I've
in
also
frame.
really focused on getting bigger last 3 or 4 fights.
What would you say to him? Because you've been there before where it felt like everyone
Well,
piled
we've not
on.
been there. We only bled my blood once inside the octagon. I've only bled my own blood once. So I've not been in that situation. He's got banged up bad over the course, which caused him to quit. It's going to be a dark place that he's in right now. He's going to have to dig deep. Can he do it? I think he could. I think he could do it. You know, there'll be motivation to do it. And I wish him well.
I always had a feeling that you were going to do some wild shit. And after the Tony Ferguson
You couldn't
fight,
have said I was going to do this.
No one could have freaking said this, dude.
There was a lot of conversations that I had with people that were counting you out. That was like,
Yeah.
I think he can win this fight 100%. I mean, I said it on the podcast. I even said it to Ilia. Like Ilia was saying it was going to be easy.
I've seen that podcast, and he was so wrong so many times.
Yeah.
You know, not just the whole he has 0 chance against Paddy.
I think Paddy's going to beat Justin Gaethje.
Easy.
Wow. Really easy.
Yeah, easy.
Really easy.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a crazy thing to say because Justin Gaethje's a fucking animal.
He said something about how I probably sleep during the day more than I do at night because I party too much.
I don't think that he's the type of guy that takes care of his body all the time and he's like very strict with his health. I think he slept more at day than at night.
Oh, you think so? Did he parties?
I think so.
I don't
They
know.
put the camera on him on the last pay-per-view and he looked like he was so high.
For him to think that that's true is fucking insane. Well, I was like, wow, what a fucking idiot. You know, like to think that I got here by just being a guy that drinks and, you know, has fun all the time. Like, that's fucking crazy. My life is so boring. I don't go to bars. I mean, I don't do any of that. I sleep 8 to 10 hours every single night. This whole week, I was sleeping 12 hours every single night of the fight week.
You know, it's just one of those things. If he wanted to watch you have a YouTube channel. He could watch.
Well, I mean,
He was-
also
he was-
something to be said about how I knew he was watching. If you go back to my other, like, we'll always show sparring. We'll always show me hitting mitts. I didn't show myself hitting mitts one time this camp. I didn't show myself sparring.
Drop your thoughts in the comments below, smash that like button, and subscribe to the channel for the fastest, most unfiltered combat sport rundowns on YouTube. We'll see you on the next one.
He never shook my hand.
Oh, this is Arman Tsarukyan. We should explain that. So Arman Tsarukyan, he he bet $1 million on Justin,
his friend,
and won. He won like 5-3, I believe.
5-7.
5-7?
That's what I heard.
Yeah. So he
5-7.
says he's gonna buy me a truck.
Are you going to get Justin a truck?
Yeah, of course. I just feed what color he wants.
What kind of truck?
Rum.
Oh, yeah.
Dana White said rum.
Yeah, he did.
I gotta get the rum.
But I mean, I would
What
never.
kind of truck?
Wow, now I just saw yours.
Get a Raptor.
I have a Shelby. I have a Shelby Raptor.
Those are pretty
Baja,
dope. Those
but
are dope.
I think now that I've seen your truck, that will be my next truck.
Also, it has USA on the side.
Yeah.
You see the wrap?
I love
So
the
that's
wrap.
that. You didn't do that rap? Dude,
Hennessy
that is
does that
sweet,
rap.
dude.
Hennessy's the
No,
shit.
I want that truck.
Oh, you need that truck.
Yeah.
Tell Arman to buy you that fucking truck.
No, I'm not taking the truck for him.
What the fuck? If I was Arman, I would force it down your throat. I would deliver it to your house and give you a hug.
And like the rum is a UFC official sponsor. Maybe they're gonna give me discount, maybe 15-10%.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. But you can afford it. I think you're okay.
Yeah, if they're not gonna give me discount, it's okay. It's not that expensive.
That's
I
right.
already checked.
You want him
I didn't have to ride
$5,700,000.
around in a fucking truck that a dude bought for me every day. I don't know.
No,
I just can't go
that
there.
Truck. You won that truck.
We didn't shake on it.
I
He
don't
does
give
not
a fuck.
owe it to me.
I don't give a fuck. Take that goddamn
I'm right
truck.
there with you, Joe.
Yeah, take the truck,
No.
dude. It's first of all, it's cool,
Yeah.
and he might also be your next opponent.
Yeah.
I mean that's possible.
That's possible.
That's the guy.
He is,
I mean, he's the guy.
Definitely the guy that's up.
That's the
for-
guy. I mean, if there's anybody else in the division, that is the guy. I mean, now that Islam is up at 170, who else is there? That's the guy.
I agree.
Think about where you were when you lost to Max, and then where you are now.
The truth of the matter is psychologically, I was not there. I was not prepared mentally for the fight when I fought Max Holloway. It was such a different circumstance. It was, a guy that wasn't in my weight class. It was a guy that I'd never thought about fighting. It was for fun, and the whole experience was so different than any other fight I've ever had when it comes to like being mentally prepared for a fight.
Have you ever been in the UFC fighting and you had a girlfriend at the same time?
Yes.
Were those your worst performances or your better performances?
I would say worse.
That's what it is.
I would say worse.
Worse. Why? Mental or physical?
Oh, no, not physical. Mental for sure. These girls are crazy, bro. They're crazy.
The distraction.
There's all distractions, a lot of emotions, never quiet.
So we told him to take the fight. He didn't want to take the fight. And then we told him that you're going to keep the title contention fight because that's what they promised us. That's why he was very
Well, every one of you guys, every one of you was like, oh, something was different. It was like, well, why didn't you guys fucking say something before the fight?
You told me
you guys
afterwards.
tell me after the fight.
Dude,
like, I knew something was
afterwards.
different, but like, I needed to know.
He
I
tells
needed
me
you guys
afterwards.
to tell me.
He's like this. He's like, I just didn't respect him, and I'm like, how could you not respect Max? And I didn't catch on to it. So it's like I'm always looking for flags and things like that. And 100%, I take 100% responsibility because that's how we learn. Everybody makes mistakes. I remember the Tony Ferguson fight. I didn't give any fucking water. Like there's like things that we all learn from. But the thing when he had told me that, I'm like, how did I not catch that?
I think Gaethje is, when he's on, he's good. He's okay. But when he's off, he's atrocious. And, I fancy him handily. I fancy teeing off on Gaethje.
I remember
Like, super
thinking,
talented.
what am I looking for? Like, what?
You want him $5,700,000.
I didn't have to ride around in a fucking truck that a dude bought for me every. Make the comment about his wife. You just trying to like hang out with the guy, but he's like constantly stealing all the thunder, and it's irrational. I would leave him too. Like that's why I broke up with my girlfriends, is because they were somewhat like that. I mean,
You think Ili's going to try for a rematch?
no, he doesn't get a rematch. He can try, but he doesn't get one.
Wow.
He quit on the stool. He quit twice. I stopped him twice.
You have been linked to Ilia a lot over the years. People saying that he reminds us of you and all that stuff.
No way, does he? He has the same tattoos. He says the same stuff. He does the same fucking movements. He was going to scream on the thing. He has a case of great, good lad. He's all right. I like him. Maybe.
Wonder if he'll still have those celebration dinners the night before.
There's no way.
He better not, dude. His team. That's up to his coaches, to be honest with you.
It's amazing. Hubris
Yeah.
is an amazing thing. Like it people love that kind of confidence. They love that belief in themselves. And when someone pulls it off, people were talking for days about the Oliveira fight. You know, he celebrated the night before. Isn't that crazy?
And it worked that time, and it played out great for him.
But the lack of experience being the nail. So much experience being the hammer.
I knew that was going to happen to him.
Really?
I knew by his. I just seen the train and that. You need to get it put on you in the gym. You need to get it put on you in the gym. If you're not getting it put on you in the gym, I've been there myself. People, you have to kind of say, listen, you better. Here's $1,000. There's $1,000 cash outside the octagon if you can drop me. If you drop me, you get that $1,000 cash. You know what I mean? It's the type of stuff you need to be doing. You need the guys coming at you.
When I did make the comment about his wife, you know, it was in an interview like this where we were just fucking around, and I said it in jest. Yeah, it was 100% true. I was like, he's so fucking annoying. I couldn't imagine being in the same room with him, you know, with his pompous attitude, you know, and you just trying to like hang out with the guy, but he's like constantly stealing all of the thunder, and it's irrational. And it's like, I would leave him too. Like, that's why I broke up with my girlfriends, is because they were somewhat like that. I mean, and so I didn't mean it in a mean way. Like, I would never dig at somebody, and I would never make fun of someone's personal experience. But that was like, that was just my honest take.
You are the honest guy.
And
ever.
I was joking, but it was true.
You just say what you
Like, if you look at that right hand that dropped Ilia, the first one, like, we're taught once your jab is out, the faster you pull that jab back home, the harder and faster your right hand is going to be. But Gaethje went jab, one beat in between, and then the two. That's something that's kind of notorious for like Justin Gaethje. It's a very odd thing. He fights at a very weird tempo. Even just one little beat off makes a big difference, because everyone's used to parrying the jab, covering for the two, or parrying the jab, slipping the two. But if someone throws the jab and you parry it, or you eat it, and then there's one beat in between, you don't expect that there's a two coming down the pipe. And that's just something that Gaethje's always, and I don't even know that that's anything he's ever been taught or learned.
I said so many true things to him. I told him that he's going to go to the second round, go to the third round, you're going to be fucked because you're not going to be able to pull yourself out of this. You know, with the way that you're thinking, there's no possible way you can have these expectations, face adversity, and then come out in a positive way. There's no way it could happen. You could dig deep, and you could be even more of a narcissist, and it might work, but you're going to walk yourself into a situation that is going to fucking be detrimental to you. And this is detrimental to his psyche, and this is 90% mental. Well, and so again, I want to see him go. I
we'll
hope
see
good things
how
come.
he adjusts to the loss, but we'll
see how honest he will be with himself.